Welcome to another episode of WTF Cinema. Hi everyone, welcome back to WTF Cinema. As you've noticed, today is Jeff Free. We are in a Jeff Free zone. That's because Jeff actually liked this movie, so he felt he would be a little too biased, taking a look at it and then telling you what's wrong with it. I hated this movie the first time I saw it in the theater, so I have no problem telling you exactly what's wrong with it. If you want to see it, that's fine, but you should be forewarned, and that's where I come in. The movie we're taking a look at today is Repo, the Genetic Opera. Our movie starts with a good bit of background exposition telling you how the world got into the state of everyone singing all the time. Actually, that's never brought up. The singing just happens.
In the not too distant future, next Sunday AD.
What they do tell you is that some time ago, people's organs just started failing at an alarming rate. No idea why, no explanation, it just happened. But one company miraculously had a cure. Generic organs that anyone can have. Of course, they're incredibly expensive. But you can pay for them over time with easy financing. There's just one problem. If you miss a payment, they come take it back. Yes, if your heart failed, you can get a new one that's guaranteed to work, but don't miss a payment. Or this guy will show up in the middle of the night, stab you in the chest, and take the heart back. Great setup. Okay, what does this have to do with people singing in operatic voices all the time? Absolutely nothing. But let's carry on. Our first actual face that we see, his name is Grave Robber. No, he doesn't have another name. That's his name. Grave Robber. And he knows everything. He's the omniscient third-person narrator who's also a character in the story. So GeneCo saves the world. Skip forward a few years, the owner of GeneCo is dying and his 3 children would love to take over the company, except they're worthless. One of them has a temper problem, one of them is a spoiled little brat, and one of them can't decide what face he wants to have, so he keeps several in his drawer and puts one on when he feels like it. Yeah, that face will haunt your dreams.
Oh, it's perfect!
Cut to this girl, crawling along through some tunnels wearing a gas mask. Why, we're not sure. And she comes out in a graveyard. Okay, she runs into Grave Robber. What's Grave Robber doing? No, you only have 2 more guesses left. What he is doing is harvesting Zydrate, or at least the cheap street version of it. Now you would think, expensive drug, made in the labs, you know, the cheap street version's gonna be cooked up in somebody's backyard. No, it's made out of dead people. Actually, it's not even made out of dead people. You just stick a needle into some dead guy's brain and you get this glowing blue liquid that, I don't know what it does, but everybody wants it. Okay, her character becomes a little more interesting. She is apparently very ill, has to stay home, so she was actually sneaking out against her dad's orders. Oh, and her dad is Anthony Michael Head. Or, since he does some of the most amazing singing in this film, he will simply be referred to as Mr. Head. She has a nice song explaining why she's sick. It's her mother's fault. Apparently it's a genetic contracted blood disease. The genetic opera, genetic perfection. They really love the word genetic in this movie.
Tell me why are my genetics such a bitch?
Brain, mark it up. Only I got brains enough. That's why Pop will leave GeneCo to me.
Ask a gentleman who they prefer. 10 out of 9 will say the Bobby.
Right here, when the 2 Largo sons are arguing with each other about who should inherit the company, this is the first instance of what drove me up the wall about this movie, and it will happen multiple times. They can't agree on a song to argue in. One starts singing his song in key F triple prime. I don't know, I'm not a music major. The other one says, yes, we're gonna have a song fight, but it's not going to be on your song. I'm gonna sing my own song, and we're gonna go back and forth, each of us changing songs when we change lines. I can deal with the musical. I can deal with an opera, but can you please stick to one song, one melody, or even one time signature for 10 seconds at a time? Is that too much to ask? Did you know Mr. Head could also waltz with himself? Well, he can.
It's a thing, Buchan.
Before killing someone.
With a slice or a snip.
And then playing ventriloquist.
Somebody's got to do it. Got to do it like a mop. Like a mop. In a groove. In the groove. No one wants a thankless job.
So Mr. Head, playing Nathan, the Repo Man, has this nice little duet with himself, being a ventriloquist, with a corpse. Except then he starts singing both voices at the same time. That's talent. More cartoon exposition tells us what Blind Mag's backstory all is, why she's called Blind Mag, why she isn't really blind, and what she's doing in this story. And here's our next WTF moment of the film. This little bit right here. Just freeze frame on it. Right there. That character. Amber Sweet. Nothing wrong with the character, nothing wrong with the cinematography. Just something that I hadn't noticed about this character until much later in the film. That character right there, that's Paris Hilton. I made it through most of this movie without knowing she was even in it. Maybe she can act.
Sometimes I wonder why I need you at all.
So this song, one of the two good songs in the movie, tells us that Amber is addicted to the street-grade version of the super drug Zydrate.
Sometimes I wonder why they need me at all. Zydrate comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial? A little glass vial.
And the little glass vial goes into the gun like a battery. And the Zydrate gun goes somewhere against your anatomy. And when the gun goes off, it sparks and you're ready for surgery. Surgery.
Why she doesn't just raid the pharmacies of Genco, which she must have access to? I don't know, maybe she likes the stuff made from dead people's brains. I'm afraid we've run out of time for part 1, so join us next time for part 2 of Repo. Thank you for watching WTF Cinema. Until next time, what the f***, man?